go, boys. Let's go. Degenerates +3. Let's go. New episode. Playoff season, baby. But welcome to Degenerates +3. And in consideration with the Next Gen to Gen Sports Network, this is a show made by Degenerates for Degenerates. I'm your host, Antony Paisan. With me, I got Mitchy Steez right over there. And as always, we're stuck with our boy Lenny. Lenny, I'm going to go with you first now. How are you doing?
We're doing great, man. It's a phenomenal Tuesday night. For some reason, we're doing it on Tuesday instead of a Wednesday. I don't know. Ask Antony about that.
But we're doing great. Intro. I asked how you're doing. I didn't really care.
I'm doing great for a Tuesday night.
Anyways, Mitch, how are you doing this fine Tuesday evening?
Yeah, doing well. I got to think Lenny is feeling good with his team in the playoffs. I'm just excited for another playoff season where I can just relax and enjoy the games, not stress out about whether my team wins or loses. So I'm feeling good.
I like it. But as we know, Lenny's a huge Bills fan. As the fans know, he's a massive Bills fan. But let's go, baby! Playoffs! Super wild card weekend. It's a brand new season for the 7th seed, which is the first time that's ever happened ever. And by the way, again, apologies to the fans. I feel like I'm just a broken record every week at this point. Again, normally we do our taping on a Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. EST. But Lenny, per usual, again, this week skipped our pre-show meetings, which is a crock of shit, which he might say, by the way. And he skips the pre-show meeting. He shoots us a text. What's he doing? You guessed it. He's out and about at a store. I think Lenny Jets lives in a store. Mitchy, I got one question for you about Lenny's lack of professionalism. What the fuck?
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. I don't really I'm a pretty schedule-oriented guy, so we have not been consistent, to say the least. I don't want to point fingers, but I think you just laid it out pretty clearly.
Yeah, I'm pointing fingers. It's him. He stinks. And by the way, boys, before just Lenny, just next time, a little heads up is all we're asking for. Okay. Before we get to the fat, thick slate of hot and spicy games this week, I've got a couple questions for you boys. As we know, it's a couple icebreakers. Would you rather? All right. Mitchy, I'm gonna have you go first. Would you rather keep your life as it is right now, this second, and it doesn't change, or you get $1 million, but if a rat touches you at any point in your life, you die immediately?
I think I would take the $1 million.
Just avoid rats?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I encountered a rat, so I would just be extra cautious there.
You think about that, though. Pet stores. Hey, do you have every time you go over to someone's house, hey, do you have a rat? Do you have like rodents? Subway. What if you're out and about in the street and one crosses your foot? You die immediately. You could die tomorrow.
Maybe if it was like a cat or like something I'm more likely to come in contact with, I'd be a little more leery of that. But I think with a rat, I'd be smooth sailing.
I like it. Lenny, what say you?
Yeah. I would keep my life as it is. I like my life, and I want to change it.
Great stuff. Second question, boys. Great commentary on that one. Fuck, marry, kill. As you know, I stole both of these, by the way. I'm not that creative. Jesse's mom, Jesse's girl, Stacy's mom, or Sweet Caroline. Fuck, marry, kill. Lenny.
Ooh, I would definitely have to marry Sweet Caroline. What did I just say? Did I say marry or kill?
I don't even. You said marry.
Okay. Anyway, scratch whatever I just said. I can't remember. I would marry Sweet Caroline. She's sweet. Marry Sweet Caroline. I would have to do Jesse's mom.
Do?
Yes. Do.
Marry, kill. It's fuck, marry, kill. This isn't a PBS.
Fuck Jesse's mom.
Oh.
And who's the third one?
Okay, Mitchy. What about you?
And it's a confusing one.
You, Stacy's mom. I would
kill
Jesse's girl and then marry Sweet Caroline. I think, Jesse's girl, she's elusive. She's hard to get. Whatever. Get rid of her.
Really? I tell you what, I'm a little bit on the opposite spectrum. I would marry Jesse's girl. I definitely would fuck Stacy's mom, and I would kill Sweet Caroline. Who gives a shit? Who the fuck even is Sweet Caroline? Anyways. Oh, by the way, also, I'll take the rat. I want the rat too. But by the way, boys, I will say this. I had a couple of sick ideas this week. We're going to jump into the games here in a sec. I had a couple of sick ideas this week. I was thinking first and foremost for some of the Madden games that we do, why don't we just do like NFL playoffs and pick the teams that are playing in real life right now this weekend? And Mitch, you can commentate on that. That was an idea that kind of came to me in a moment. And also with the regular season being over, I know we all talked about what we're going to do with Mortal Locks. I, of course, am the Mortal Lock King. I'm 6-1. And I was thinking with less games, because if it's like the Super Bowl, there's only one game, right? It wouldn't make sense to do a Mortal Lock in that. Why don't we do player props? We could do like a player prop Mortal Lock. Do you guys have any commentary on those ideas, boys?
Yeah, no, I love those ideas. And just to clarify for the fans, that first idea about doing the playoff matchups and the match games that I commentate, that came to Antony during a phone conversation with me in which I gave him that idea.
Yeah, well, no, it was my idea. I just got my inspiration. I think actually you got the idea from me.
These guys always want to pick random teams to the point where they're so committed that even if they get the same team, you have to sit through a nauseating Saints versus Saints matchup.
Mhm.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
Mitchie, I do have to back you up here on this one because it sounds, the player props for the Super Bowl sounds a lot like my idea that I was sharing with you guys earlier. And somehow I knew Antony was going to put his own spin on it and make it his idea. So sounds like they're both unoriginal ideas that he got from us and trying to make.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like me, but I'm not, maybe next time I had some better commentary, boys. Anyways, last week. By
the way, real quick, somehow
Lenny cutoffs.
Yeah, Lenny cutoffs. By the way, Anthony, why don't you update the fans on how Madden's going? By the way.
Yeah, I'm undefeated.
I don't know about that.
Regular season, 13-0. By the way, I will say this: even a fat, stupid, dumb, alcoholic, anti-Semitic squirrel gets a nut every once in a while. Last night, I know, as you guys know, I lose with humility. I lose with grace. And, I will say this. Lenny he beat me. He got the best, and he's a better Madden player than me, obviously. Last night, he beat me in one game, and then I beat him the next 3 games.
True, because one was not my fault.
Yeah, Mitchie, what would you say? Let's say as an example, you start a game with an opponent, right? And you go up immediately 14-0 in the first 3 minutes, and your opponent does a fake punt from his own 14, and you go up 14-0, and then his internet died. Would you count that as a draw, or would you count that as a win?
I was playing competitively until the internet crashed. I was on Zoom the whole time. Nothing happened. Zoom saw
on your own 14, and I went up 14-0.
Doesn't matter what I did.
Lenny, Mitchie, what would you do? Would you consider that a draw? Oh, it's just a draw?
No, I would say that would go to the person that was up 14.
Dude, wow, what a shocker.
We were in the first quarter. We had a lot of game left. It's not even like it was
I have played you hundreds of times, and if I go up 14-0 in the first 5 minutes, guess how it ends? 72-3. That's how that game ends. 100% of the time. Anyways, I'm undefeated in the regular season, 13-0. Postseason, I'm 3-1. All right? That's pretty much going to be the end of that. Anyways, last week, boys, your boy Antony Paisan.
1.
Yeah, 3-1. You beat me 1 time, I beat you 3 times. Impressive. Anyways, last week, boys, your boy in the soy, Antony Paisan, went 7-4 on his picks against the spread. Not a bad week. Lenny, some fucking how, every goddamn fucking week, 7-3. Beat us all. And Mitchie, per usual, you stink, 5-4. However, you did clear 500 this last week. That's a first for the season, I believe. I will give you a round of applause for that. On the season, your boy Antony, 27-22 on spread picks. Lenny, 26-18, which makes my stomach turn. And Mitchie, 18-22. That is less than ideal. Less than ideal. I will say that, Mitchie. Let's jump into the first pick here, boys. Colts, Bills. Colts, Bills. Lenny's a huge Bills fan. Right now, the spread is -6.5. Total 51.5. Lenny, you're a huge Bills fan. I know you've done a lot of research on this game. Why don't you kick it off and give us your by the way, boys, first postseason pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate going first. And for the fans, this is a win or go home situation type of game that is to keep in mind there.
Yeah.
And good news for New York and the Buffalo Bills that they're gonna have some fans in the stands for the first time in the season. And you can get tickets for as low as $10,000 if you're wanting to go to the game in person. But let's see. I do love the Buffalo Bills -6.5. They're playing hot right now. Destroyed the Pats, destroyed the Dolphins. Sorry, Antony. I know your buddy loves the Dolphins, but they just did not look good on what they're trying to do. The Dolphins, that is. Bills looking great right now, and like the Bills -6.5.
Bills -6.5.
Oh, by the way, and the weather, it's prime Buffalo weather. 29 degrees in Buffalo, kind of overcast, but it's prime Buffalo weather.
That's beautiful, beautiful. By the way, Mitchy, if you weren't aware, it's win and go home season. It is the playoffs, and if you don't win the game, you have to go home because that's how the playoffs work. But Mitchy, why don't you go ahead and recover and fix that?
Yeah, I will back up Lenny and say that it's win or go home, not win and go. You wouldn't do both. But
Same difference. What's the difference? Huh?
Literally not the same.
And I also, Lenny, I really do appreciate that fun fact that they're going to have some fans. That just adds to my pick. I think the Bills are going to rout Indy. I think that they're going to put an end to Phillip Rivers' career with a drubbing. I like Buffalo, something like 40-17. They're going to destroy them. Indy's a fraud, and they, all probably the first 12 weeks of the season, everybody was saying they have the best defense in the NFL. Even after the Bengals put up 28 on, they were still trying to say it's the best. They're solid. They're okay, but when they play against a good offense, they're not very consistent. So Bills big over the Colts.
I love that pick, Mitchy. By the way, I will say this. Fuck the Bills. Fuck Josh Allen. Fuck Sean McDermott. Fuck the Pagulas. Fuck the city of Buffalo. Fuck folding tables. Fuck Buffalo wings. Shout out Duff's and Anchor Bar. Fuck Orchard Park. Fuck Western New York. And fuck the actual animal, the buffalo. I feel a lot better after last week. That being said, the Colts are frauds. Like you said, Mitchy, I agree with you that wholeheartedly. The Phillip Rivers experiment worked. They made the playoffs. It worked. That was a successful investment. They're going to lose this week, though. They stink. They're not going to get out of Buffalo alive. This Bills team is good. This offense is clicking on levels that are pretty sexy right now. This should be a rout. I literally wrote rout in my notes here, but if anything, Buffalo is going to win by 7. Final score, Mitchy, you want to go jot this down? 31-20, actually. That's the final score. And Buffalo moves on. I want Buffalo -6.5, boys. I like that. That's a little consensus. We should have a thing. What should we do if we have like a consensus pick? We never really established that during the season.
I don't know. Maybe off camera when we're not live on the show, we'll come up with some ideas.
I do like that. Well, it's a little brainstorm sesh. The fans want to see real, authentic brainstorming. Anyways. Okay. Let's get to Lenny's tweets of the weeks, boys. Lenny, you did so well a couple weeks ago, and then you told the world that you're into women, so you're into men. The fans know they can follow you on Twitter. This week, you tweeted out pretty honest question. You said, and I quote, "Why do black guys love big fat white women?" Honest question. What were you thinking there, Lenny?
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to love them, and it is not me.
Okay, so maybe you want to elaborate on that a little bit. Again, why do black guys love big fat white women? Honest question. That's all you have to say on that.
Yeah, it's just a question out of curiosity. Someone's got to love them, and it's not me. So I was wondering why they love them.
Mitchy, any commentary on that tweet?
Don't have much to add. This is murky waters right now that Lenny's getting himself into.
Yeah, no one. Okay, we're just gonna move on, Lenny. That's a.
By the way, actually, before we move on, I did get a direct message from one of my fans, one of my Lenny heads, had a question specifically for Antony Paisan. Okay. And his question.
Did Brady's mom message you? Because that's the only Lenny head that exists. It's
nope.
Number one super fan of the week of the show. His mom likes you. That is the only fan you have.
Nope. A different Lenny head that I don't think you really know about.
You're making this up.
I'm not. He reached out to me on my Instagram and he was like, dude, I love the show.
Yeah. By the way, I have screen sharing capabilities right now. Do you want to pull that direct message up?
No, it does not make a difference what it is. So
it does, considering you're making this up.
Lenny, Lenny, real quick before you go into this, I aspire to attack everything in my life with the same intentionality that you do when you gear up to say Antony Paisan.
Yeah,
Anthony. When you put so much effort into
Paisan.
There are not French letters in there. I really love the effort, but go ahead.
And by the way, Lenny, when COVID stops, the Lenny acting school is going to be taking applications again. He's really good at acting, as you can tell, because this is totally a real thing.
Anyway, my Lenny had he said, dude, on the next episode, can you please ask Antony Paisan this question for me? And he noticed that when we when you start a show, you go for Degenerates, by Degenerates, and he was curious as to why that was very, very similar to the Barstool one, where it says by the common people, for the common people.
So this is
very similar in that in aspects. I don't know what he was trying to get at, but it was just question out of curiosity.
By the way, that's not the Barstool. It's not there. That's not their saying. By the way, you're pretty close, but that's also.
It looks like it says by the common people, for the common people. He sent me a screenshot of it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's
man. I believe it's man, not people. But you know, Lenny wouldn't know that. He's making
by the common man, for the common man. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah, you didn't. But I will say this. I do need to acknowledge this. Mitchy and I had a conversation about this the other day. I like Barstool. Barstool, now they're competitive, but not a friend of the show. Yeah, they buy a t-shirt, they'll be a friend of the show. But I think we're going to overtake them, give it like 2 to 3 weeks. I think we're probably going to be the #1 social media company that exists. I don't think it's close. I think we're going to murk them. That being said, though, this is going to sound fake, but I actually came up with that degenerate line. And then I saw like some old like what do they call it, stool scenes or whatever. I watched one of those old ones, and it was like how Barstool got created, because Mitchy told me about. Mitchy likes them as well. And I saw that was I was like, fuck, it's gonna. I literally did not know that was their tagline or whatever before I came up with the degenerate one. It's gonna sound like I'm lying, but I was so annoyed at myself. I was like, fuck, I thought that was so creative. And I was like, oh, they literally came up with that like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. Either way, Lenny, thanks for the question from Lenny. I appreciate that. It's the fans like
Lenny. It's a good question, man.
Yeah, it's just you, Lenny Jets, is who asked that question. Rams Seahawks, boys. Rams Seahawks. Right now, lines have changed as far as I know. Seahawks -4, and the total is 42.5. Mitchy, why don't you kick this off? Rams Seahawks.
Yeah, I don't like this game at all. I think because it's uncertain with Jared Goff, but it looks like Wolford's going to be their quarterback most likely. I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm going to go with the Rams to cover the 4 points. I love Aaron Donald in that defense. I think that the Seahawks offense is just very inconsistent. I mean, it took them forever to get it together against the 49ers. Again, I love Sean McVay and his coaching style. I mean, what they did to the Cardinals to get in the playoffs without your starting quarterback is incredible. So I think they'll cover it. I think it'll be a field goal game.
Field goal game. I like that. It's a unique perspective. I like that, Mitchy. I can tell you put time and energy into that pick. Lenny, why don't you just go ahead and get yours over with really quick?
Yeah. I think the Seahawks are on a downward trend. They've been for a while, barely squeezed by the 49ers. And regardless of Goff's situation, I can't Wolford, I think his name is. I like him. +4. And Rams +4. I like it.
Well, did you watch the Cardinals Rams game last week, by the way?
I did, yeah. I did.
What was the score on that game?
I can't remember what the score was. But
you didn't watch it, so
yeah, I think it was 18-7.
Can I interject? This one's near and dear to my heart.
18-7, I think, right?
ESPN or CBS Sports. You're on right now.
There have been 2 times during this show where there's been 2 times where Lenny picked, and it prompted me to look up a team's last few games. Okay, and I just connected that the last 2 times were both the Seahawks. Last time I was explaining to him that they're not in a downward trend. And since then, they've won their last 4. They've won 6 out of their last 7.
Who they played? They played the Jets. they played the football team, which are like, okay,
There's
the
division
Rams.
champions. Browns also the
team
playoffs.
that they're going to play again, which they had Jared Goff. I mean, that's going against my pick, but they're not in a downward trend.
Who they played, Mitchy? They've only played playoff teams, basically. Yeah. Won like 6.
I don't know.
Hey, I like the Rams. I like the Rams too. You can't say that the Seahawks are trending downward when they won 6.
No, you can say that if you're the dumbest guy that's ever lived. And just the fans out there know I've been trying to say less mean things about Lenny, but you can do it. He's gonna do it right now.
Actually, I'd completely take my pick back, and I do like the Seahawks +4. Oh shit, round 1.
The wrong sound effect. All right, this show stinks. Folks, this is a weird game because I think the Hawks are slam dunks, all right? But there's a lot of things up in the air in this game. Are you going to want to jot down a couple of these details? Jared Goff, who is a certified tough guy, by the way, should not be playing in this game, all right? Just had surgery on his broken-ass thumb. The Hawks scared me against the 49ers. However, I did have the Hawks money line to cash a 5-leg parlay last week. Shout out Seahawks. That offense is stagnant. For about 80% of that game, I was like, what the fuck? This is unacceptable, right? But Russell Wilson's too clutch. I will say that. Russell Wilson's too clutch. This game is too big, and it's the playoffs, baby. John Wolford is going to fucking die in this game. He's going to get fucking murked. This is what I call, by the way, boys, we somehow managed to win the last game with this guy, and America's rooting for him because he's the underdog, but he's going to die this weekend, game of the week. John Wolford is going to be put into a coffin. By the way, this game's sponsored by Black Rifle Coffee. But he's going to die. He's going to be put into a coffin. His career is over after this game. This is going to be a semi-easy win for the Seahawks. Final score is going to be 23-16. Hawks -4. Put it in the books. All right, baby. By the way, a little would you rather question. Boys, would you rather? I thought of that. This is something I thought of earlier. Would you rather eat? Because I had a little. I'm on this keto thing, and basically, it's a pretty disciplined diet. You're supposed to eat like bacon, sausage, eggs, and blue cheese, and just all sorts of greasy meats and cheeses, and the fat melts off. It's fucking dope, and it's working really well. I haven't lost any weight, but I'm considerably more bloated and more greasy, and I have the worst acne in my life. But it's a sick diet. I'm excited. I had a little bit of mayo. I had 3 cans of tuna today, by the way, boys. I had a little bit of mayo today. I made one of those little turkey and Swiss doobies, and then you put a little mayo in there and just eat it without the bread, right? A little doobie. And I put a little bit too much mayo on it. Mayo is one of those underrated condiments. Little mayo, it goes a long way. Too much mayo ruins a dish, is what I'll say, boys. Too much mayo ruins a dish. So the question this week, would you rather, that was a very long lead up. Would you rather eat an entire jar of mayonnaise straight with a spoon in one sitting, or lick all 4 corners of a dirty public bathroom, like around the toilet area with your tongue? You guessed it, with your tongue. Would you rather sit down, eat an entire jar of mayo, or go fucking mop up a floor with your tongue?
Just for some clarification, you did say all 4 corners, and then it turned into, I think, the entire bathroom.
No, yes, okay, let's do this. Yeah,
I'm not sure what one it is.
The 2 dirtiest corners, you've got to like really work your tongue in there, and then also you got to get around the toilet and behind the toilet too. Right? Just it's going to be like
mayo. I don't care, mayo.
A whole jar of mayo. Okay,
yeah, mayo. Give me a 32-ounce thing of mayo. I'm not doing that.
What about you, Mitchy?
Yeah, I mean,
I would lick the fucking bathroom. Are you kidding me?
I don't even like, hot take, a tiny bit of mayo on a sandwich or anything. I go condiments. I go mustard, ketchup, anything, but I don't like mayonnaise at all.
American way.
Not take licking shit. I mean,
no, you're not eating poop. It's just like dirty. It's just a dirty floor.
But that's what I mean. I didn't mean like
licking. It goes up over the toilet. Like,
it might be a little bit of poop, but it comes with the. You have to take one.
I thought you were saying I actually came up with this. And it was
I did.
Can you let me finish?
Okay.
No, I thought you were going to say I actually came up with this. And then it was going to be one of your classic where we obviously have heard it before.
Yeah.
That one, props to you. I know you came up with that. Nobody else could think of that
I appreciate it. Now you have to pick one, Mitchy. I'll lick the bathroom. You gonna lick the bathroom?
No, I took the mayo.
You guys are lame. I would lick the bathroom.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't even like mayo, but the alternative is so awful. You're guaranteed. That's like if you ate all that, that's like
chlamydia.
The challenge of drinking a shit ton of milk where you automatically throw up, right? Like I bet you automatically throw up if you have that much mayo on
It's so gross. How much mayo? That's fucking gross. Anyways, boys, this is a great lead up to Mitch's movie review of the week. That's a great segue.
Our movie review of the week is going to be more like the corners of the dirty bathroom. But
it was a good lead. It's a hot hit movie. Lenny, get yourself a beer, get yourself a little drinky, but let's sit back, relax, and let's go to a different world where Mitchy paints a vivid story for us about the movie review of the week.
Yeah, thank you, Antony. This week, I'm going to throw a little curveball. It's going to be a metaphorical movie, as in I've seen this movie before, and I'm depressed. I'm wearing the sweatshirt because I will always stand by my teams. But on New Year's Day, the Bearcats had a huge chance on a national stage against Georgia, and a lot of positives from the game. I think we, proved that up front, offensive line, defensive line, we can play with anybody. Georgia's as good a team as anyone in the nation. We're up 21-19, less than 2 minutes to go. We snapped the ball a couple times with like 10 on the play clock when the clock's running for no reason, instead of just running it out. Things that even Lenny Jets would probably know to do in a Madden game, we weren't doing. And then we need one first down. We didn't get it. We get stopped. What do you think happens? They drive down the field, 53-yard field goal. We lose by 1. We lose by 3 because there were 2 seconds left and there was a BS safety. But basically, we lost by 1. And we'll just say as a Cincinnati fan, I've seen this movie before, and I give it 0.2 footballs out of 8.
I like it. By the way, you did not.
That's how many teams should be in the college football playoff.
Sure. I just want to.
That's why it's 8.
If I could respond to that. You didn't watch a movie this week, by the way, did you?
No.
Okay.
I would have pulled from a movie that I'd seen in the past, but I thought that was clever.
I tell you what, Lenny, that's the first time. That was actually phenomenal.
That was well timed.
Very well timed. I just lose a ring? It just flew off my finger.
I thought that was fun. Switch it up. Movie review that's not a movie, But you've heard that before, right? If you're a Dolphins fan, I've seen this movie before. When you're about to fucking lose, and basically the same way over and over again. My family uses that a lot. Apparently,
clapping, and this fucking ring, the diamond just flew out of this, just fucking shattered.
Maybe you paid more than $3 for it, it wouldn't happen.
Well, that's 24 gold. Anyways, Mitchy, that was a great movie review. That was awesome. Let's get to Bucs and football team. Bucs and football team. Bucs minus 8.5, unless the lines have changed, which they probably have. Total 45. 45. Bucs football team. I'm gonna have Lenny go first now because he's literally just gonna steal your pick, Mitchy, every pick. So Lenny, why don't you go first here? Bucs football team.
Yep, just for clarification, did you say 8.5 or 8?
I have 8.5. That's what it was this morning.
I got 8 over here, so
cool. Let me check my sports book because
going off of 8.5.
Yeah, it's 8.5. Maybe.
Well, either way, it doesn't make much of a difference.
I'm still everyone uses that.
Bucs minus 8, 8.5, whatever it is. Bucs minus 8. Tom Brady been to the playoff many times. I think he can bring his team up. He has playoff experience in the past, obviously with the Patriots, and I think they just find a way. I think they get things together, and corrals the troops and goes by the football team.
I think the saying is rally the troop, not corral.
Rally, literally the same difference. Same thing.
It's not, but
it is. Rally the troops, you get them all together. Corralling the troops, you get them all together.
Yeah, Mitchy, I'm positive those two words aren't synonymous. But yeah, Mitchy, this is a big game. Tom Brady has some playoff experience. So why don't you go ahead and give us your pick?
Stole the intro, but yeah, what an all-time line by Lenny to say that the definitely most prolific playoff quarterback of all time has playoff experience. I like the football team, and that's just because of the number. It's 8.5. Their defense is really good. I think the Bucs win because of what Lenny said, that Brady has playoff experience. More accurately, that he just knows how to win in the playoffs. But the Bucs, they've been really solid the last couple of weeks, but they have been shaky from time to time. I think that the Redskins or the football team will get
Come on, man.
that was an honest slip too. I think the football team will get pressure on Brady, and they'll make it tough on him. But I think that they'll end up winning this game. Maybe a 27-20 or 24-20, something like that. But I think it'll be close, and the football team, I am losing it, will stay within the number 8.5.
And demonetized. I like it. Boys, I think I might be the second most confident in this game of the entire slate of the week. And I'm going to be thinking like a fan this whole weekend because I stink at gambling. The Bucs should kill the football team here. They should kill them. By the way, congratulations to the football team on winning the division, but that offense is rough. I watched that Eagles game. Yikes. Okay. Alex Smith is hurt. His right calf is kind of giddy. He's gimping around a little bit. He doesn't look comfortable in the pocket. The defense should cause a little bit of trouble for the Bucs offense in this game, but not enough to hold them off the whole game. Mark my words, boys. Double-digit win here. It's going to be 30-13 for most of the game, and the football team's going to push in garbage time to lose 30-20. They're going to lose by 10 points, boys. I want Bucs minus 8.5. The reason why I want that is because 8.5 is less than 10. And that means the Bucs would cover the spread.
It's not Lenny's math time of the week yet. So, but good math.
That was more of an observation. That wasn't really any math.
That's what's a good assessment.
Maybe Mitchy, if Lenny considers 8.5 as less than 10, if he considers that math, he's in for a doozy. He's in for a doozy. Yeah, it's not at all. But let's get out to shout out. Let's get to shout out. It's my favorite segment of the week, boys. Shout out. Mitchy, you are going to bring the heat. Why don't you give the fans at home a little shout out?
Yeah, so Lenny kind of jumped in before shout-outs and said shout out New York Giants, but New York Giants fans, their coach, everybody that is bitching about what the Eagles did. I'm not saying it was right or wrong, whatever, but people glorify tanking all the time. Oh my goodness, look at that. The Jets won. They're supposed to lose to get this top pick. And when you look at it, the Eagles had nothing to play for. And if they lost that game, then they jumped like 3 picks. A Giants fan that I'm friends with said now they're going to get Devontae Smith, stud, out of Alabama. I don't really get – that's one part of it. And the other part is Joe Judge getting up there and people being like, oh, this is just disrespecting the game, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, fair enough if you want to think that way. You guys went 6-10, right? I was talking to our boy Nady Poo, who's a big-time Bengals fan as well, and I said literally as bad as the Bengals were, a couple bounces here and there, we could have won 6 games. We did not deserve to go to the playoffs by any stretch. Neither did the Giants. They were either going to luck in or they didn't, and they needed to suck it up. So shout out Giants fans. You got something building, but suck it up because they should have some more pride. They got Super Bowl rings, and they're over here complaining about not getting in based on another team's result when they're 6-10.
Maybe mow your own lawn before you what's that saying? There's a saying. It's maybe you
grass is green where you water it.
Nope, that's not the saying. I mean, it's mow your own
down in them.
Clean your bedroom before you.
He was right. It's on that. It's
not grass is greener. It's like do this before you do this.
Grass is greener on this side. It's mow your own damn lawn. That's literally
mow your lawn. That's the saying of this show. Mow your lawn.
I got you, Lenny. You have that.
For sure. I don't think so.
I'll just get into my shout out since I know.
I'm going second. Yeah, I want to go second here. So shout out.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go shout out Miami Dolphins, baby. We're finding a new way. Let me go second. Let me mix up the rotation, you selfish prick. All right, here we go, baby. Shout out. Actually, Lenny, go first. Why don't you just take this jump us off?
Nope, you got it.
I got it. Shout out Miami Dolphins.
There we go.
Now it's not funny anymore. You ruined it.
All right, anyway.
Classic comedic humor that Lenny has. Anyways, shout out Miami Dolphins for finding yet a new way. They're very ingenious. They've got a lot of initiative. They learn different ways to fuck me in the face. I started being a cute little fan as a cute little 5th grader. In what year? Take a guess. 2007. 1-15. Almost the only undefeated in the wrong direction team ever. Bounce back to 2008. We go 11-5. We win the division. That's the division winning season. And then we lose 27-9 against the Ravens in the first round of the playoffs. That's pain. 2010 to 2015, it's just asshole, piece of shit, mediocrity. 6-10, 7-9, 8-8, hell, a lot of pain. Get to 2016, we make the playoffs, and then we lose 30-12 against the Steelers in the first round. Pain. 2016 through 19 is hell, 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 stinky, 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 pain. 2020, we're in. Win, and we're in. We get blown out with a 50-burger against Buffalo. We miss the playoffs. Pain. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins for murdering my spirit yet again in the face. Thanks, guys. The future looks bright, though.
Hey, Antony, follow-up question, would you say, based on that great rundown you just gave, that you've seen this movie before?
I've seen this movie for about 13 years, yeah.
Okay.
I watch it every year. It's like a yearly tradition. Except the movie is just me punching myself in the dick for 5 minutes straight. It didn't get old. I might be a staple. I mean, I kind of like that. Lenny, why don't you go kick off your shout out, bud?
Yeah, so my shout out, unlike the Giants who have Super Bowl rings, the Buffalo Bills do not have any freaking rings. They have 0 rings on the dot. Heartbreakers back in the 90s. My shout out goes to Stephon Diggs. First in receptions and first in receiving yards in the NFL. Great season for him. And yeah, gotta love Josh Allen and the Stephon Diggs show.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Cool. I like it. We're going to get to the most anticipated fan segment of the week here. It's called Anthony's, you know what grinds my gears? Stolen. I think we stole that from the popular TV show, by the way. You know what grinds my gears, boys? You know what grinds my gears? I need a little energy here so I can, get like that negative. You know what grinds my gears?
What is it, man? Tell us.
Oh, you know what grinds my gears? The Miami Dolphins. I've been emotionally battered for almost 15 fucking years. Fuck. This team kills me, and I keep coming back to them, and I don't know why. They used to be one of the most prestigious teams ever, undefeated, win some Super Bowls. We snagged Marino later. We go off for 16 years. We have the best coach of all time. And since then, we've been a top 5 laughing stock for the NFL. Pain, suffering. Please, let's turn it around in 2021. I am begging you. That's who grinds my gears this week. Shout out. Like what I did there? I did both. Shout out and grinds my gears.
So I don't know why you couldn't do like the shout out with the grind my gears, but
no, when you're the host, I've got a little more of an eyeball for show business, Lenny. Let's get to Ravens Titans, Lenny. Why don't you kick us off here, Ravens Titans?
Yeah, Ravens Titans, to be honest, did not really do much research on this game exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I never did.
Sure,
but huh?
We also know you didn't do any research.
Yeah. But anyway, regardless, I Baltimore -3. I like the Tits +3. Tits +3. And I also do like the over 55 as well. I do like that over.
Yeah.
Tits +3.
Who's that in the background? Is that your dad yelling down to you? By the way, where are you geographically in the house that you're in right now?
Don't worry about it. I'm chilling.
Are you in your parents' basement by chance?
I'm in the basement.
That's weird. Because you're like a grown adult, right?
Nope, not even 21 yet.
You definitely are, because we've been Anyways, Mitchy, last year the Ravens lost 28-12. We smashed the over this year for sure, right? What's your pick here? Ravens Tits, Mitchy.
Yeah, it's always tough when I have the same pick as Lenny and he doesn't really say anything about it. It's probably better. He doesn't steal, potential things that I might say. But anyway, I like the Titans +3 as well. I think that they could very well win this game outright. The Ravens are playing extremely well right now, but this has been the thing for them with Lamar Jackson is you get down to the playoffs, and that's kind of the narrative. In my opinion, he's got to break it. Before he's got to prove it to us because they still have Derrick Henry. And the Titans are just kind of that team of destiny type of feel. They had that last year where they just find weird ways to win. Look at last week where they weren't going to be out of the playoffs, but that game mattered big time to them. They were going to be the 7 seed. Tannehill pulls off, a bomb on one play to get them in field goal range. So I think Tennessee is going to make enough big plays and cover that 3-point spread.
I like it. That was some great analysis. Mitchy, I like how Lenny's having an entirely different side conversation right now during the show, more than likely with his dad.
Hey, one other thought, Tennessee's defense is not great, but I just watched the Ravens decimate my Bengals. They ran for 404 yards. Obviously they're not going to run 400 yards, but they just can't do the same game plan. I think they have to run the ball. And like Lamar Jackson, if you trust the ball to be in his hands throwing it, they need to run it. And I think Vrabel is going to have a game plan that's going to make it tough for Baltimore to score. So that's why I think 55 is a high number too. I don't like that over.
Yeah, I don't like that over at all. I tell you what, boys, based on the Madden game that we played the other day, and as the fans know, of course, I lost graciously, and I win with tremendous humility. I lost to the superior player, Lenny, like I said. The Tits are going to win this game, according to that game, 30-28. By the way, shout out Titans and the wild game they played against the Texans last week. That game cashed like 4 parlays for me. That was a stressful game to end, though. But I was on the phone with Mitchy when that happened. I was yelling, baby. I was loud. Last year, this game ended 28-12 with the Tits winning. But this game is absolutely destined to come down to the last drive. In a normal situation like this, I would want the points. I'd probably want Titans plus 3.5. I could see it going like 24-21. But fuck both teams. I want the under. Under. I want the under in this week, boys. Let's move on to the fans' least favorite segment of the week. Lenny's joke of the week. Why don't you get that knocked out of the way here real quick, bud?
Yeah, Lenny's joke of the week. It's a good one this week.
Yep.
So, where do you find a cow with no legs? My family, we own a farm, so I thought it was quite relevant. But where do you find a cow with no legs?
Doesn't own a farm, by the way. So, hey, Mitchy, where would you find a cow with no legs?
I don't know, Lenny. Tell us.
Right where you left it.
See, it's like a callback. Yeah, that stunk. That wasn't great. No, if you do it right now, it's not going to be. Don't. All right, so that's great. Lenny's joke of the week. That was awesome, buddy. Great job. Why don't you go ahead and chug a beer for us and give us?
I'm glad, by the way, you took my little idea again. Antony coming back up with his own idea. It's really original.
You had an idea of downloading an app I already had on my phone?
Nope. Don't worry about it. This week though,
you brought it up.
Budweiser.
You just brought it up. Anyways,
I love those. We can, guys.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, guys. I love the Budweiser, the festive different cans.
Yeah, it's a
the big Budweiser guy. The Christmas cans.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you go ahead and take 17 seconds to drink that for us, and the fans demand a great review at the end of this.
All right, chuggability.
Wait. I'm actually gonna time it.
Oh yeah, let's.
That was close.
Ready?
As soon as you tip it, I'll go.
All right.
Here it goes.
It's not done yet. Went up my nose.
We're aware. You're not done yet.
Add an extra 1.5 seconds. I thought he was done.
No, what? Add 3 seconds.
14.2, but that was with my little stop because I assumed that when he brought it down, he was done. So call it 17 seconds, which I think
he just swallowed right there. That was like the 19-second. That was a 28-second chug.
I'm getting the.
Did you say it was going to be 17 seconds though? Because I think that was
almost 17 on the dot. Yeah.
It was 14.
It's almost like he didn't improve whatsoever from one week to the next. That sounds.
Also, just like 30 seconds later, actually finished it. I don't have an accurate number.
Anyway,
I just got a lot of backwash up here.
Maybe like a swallowing disorder, or just drink it.
There's a lot of saliva gets built up.
In what, 20 seconds? Anyway, go ahead and get the fans a review, Lenny.
Aftertaste 0. That's like a negative scale. Oh, that's disgusting.
It's the overall.
As far as like this week compared to like this week, I warmed it up a little bit, so it wasn't as like cold. And Mitchie, that was cold. That I assume was probably the first time you heard me say.
That's not what we're laughing at, by the way.
It was cold. So it was not.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't even notice that. I was just saying you warmed up your beer a little.
Yeah, that's what I was. Oh yeah, this week I drank a warm beer and it didn't taste good, guys. What the fuck?
No, it went down smooth. That's for sure. Aftertaste, not a fan of at all. So on a scale out of 10, I would say a solid 5.7.
Okay, what would you do if it was maybe not fucking room temperature? What score do you think you would give it then?
5.7.
Okay. Last week was like 5.2, so that means Budweiser much better than whatever
Nope, 5.1.
It was 5.3 because I remember it.
5.1.
You just
okay.
Budweiser
If it were cold, it would definitely be better. Budweiser is better than that seltzer thing.
Michelob. No, Michelob.
Yeah, Michelob Ultra.
Michelob Ultra last week.
Was it 2 weeks ago? He did the Bud Light.
No.
No, he was drinking that. He was just making.
I was just sipping on that one.
That was the same episode though.
Yeah. All right, my mistake there.
Like
then Budweiser's better than the Michelob then.
I take that back. No, Budweiser's. I couldn't remember what I did last week.
Yeah, Michelob Ultra 5.3 last week. What was your review this week? 5.7.
It's gonna be a 5.1.
No, he changed it after. You can't do that.
Okay, 5.7. It's a solid 5.7.
Regardless, if it's close, Budweiser's better because he put this one in the fucking microwave before you.
Yeah, it's like what would you're seriously telling me right now it's going to be a 5.7 even if it's ice cold, not fucking room temperature?
Yeah, the aftertaste was brutal.
Yeah, it's a fucking warm beer.
Like a 5 point. We'll probably do like a 6.1 if it was warm. If it was cold, I guess.
There we go. I like it. Second to last, this is the Lenny part of the show. This is part where the fans are just going to go ahead and right arrow Mitchy through this section. But we got some Lenny math, Lenny trivia, Lenny spelling. Now, Lenny, Mitchy, I know you probably provided a couple, maybe a brain teaser or two potentially. And if you didn't just come up with one, we'll stump him. Lenny, hands up, fingers up. Yeah, I know you got one finger.
Hammered boys.
Go ahead and for the fans, go ahead and spell rhythm.
Rhythm. RYTHEM.
That is.
Oh, sure. Rhythm.
RYTHEM.
How do you spell it?
You said no. He said. Did you say RE?
No, I said RY.
RYTHEM.
Yeah.
You think it's rhythm?
RYETHEM?
Just not even. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next word. Fingers.
Right.
RHYTHM.
I missed an H.
Yeah, you missed like. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and have you spell this one for the fans real quick. 12th, as in the 11th and the 12th. How do you spell 12th?
TWELTH.
Not correct.
You even tried to say 12th.
TWELET. There you go. TWELET.
Wait, spell it. How do you spell it? How do you spell
it? TWELETH.
Also not. That's two. That would be 12th. That'd be 12th.
He said DWELOUSOUSOUS.
That's super close. It was TWELFTH. There's an F.
There's an F to an E. Same difference.
Not the same difference if it's different.
Hey, can I mix in? I just looked one up. Can I mix in a brain teaser?
I got two brain teasers for him. Throw one in for sure.
Oh boy.
All right, ready, Lenny? Here we go.
Fingers up, though, bud. Get those fingers up.
You can't. You have to.
I gotta hear you, bud. I gotta hear you.
He can't Google this quick enough. All right. Michelle's mom has 4 children. Her first child is named April. Her second is named May, and her third is named June. What is the name of her 4th child?
Repeat that.
Yeah, so Michelle's mom has 4 children. First child is named April. Second is named May. Third is named June. What is the name of her 4th child?
Michelle.
Oh, nice. He nailed it.
Wait,
Literally,
Michelle?
you get so it's Michelle's mom has 4 kids, so the 4th one is Michelle. A lot of
I
people,
did not hear it the first time. I heard it the second time. I was like, there we
Hey,
go.
you gotta speak
I went
really
slower. a
slow.
lot of people would say July, and that's literally why I thought he was having me repeat it. He was like, "Wait,
No.
April."
Yeah, he's starting to upgrade a little bit because he's too smart to fall for that kind of stuff now. There's
I
like
think it's good for him to get one every now and then, or spell
yeah.
something right, so that people see like he's
I'm not a dumb idiot.
first well you
not
are.
a dumb idiot.
He's not a dumb idiot. He's not a dumb, totally not a dumb idiot.
No.
Not at all.
Hey, I got a quick one here for you, Lenny. Go ahead and spell Renaissance for us. Go ahead and spell Renaissance.
R-E, run.
Yes. R-E.
R-E-N, run. A-N-N-I-A-S-E. That's pretty close, if you ask me. R-E-N, run. Sense. A-N-S-C-E-N-C-E. I know there's I in there somewhere, even though I didn't say I.
Hey, folks, it's worth noting that this other company that we work for visits a place that is called the Renaissance Center.
I've been to that hotel fucking
All the
17 times.
Great hotel, by the way. Shout out downtown Detroit. Shout out the Motors City.
Rensen.
Awesome hotel, the Rensen. But yeah, not close, Lenny. Not close.
One more try.
R-E-N-C-E-N-A-N-C-E. Come on. How the okay. You guys are funny. Ren. It's R-E-N.
Hey, what do we say? We get into that next game here.
All right, last one here for you. I got a little Lenny. Oh, by the way, get political, Lenny. This is Lenny's political.
Oh, that's right. My fault.
Yeah, this is his time to show, Mitchy. We
We
never.
have not good no math problems today.
Yeah, Lenny's political corner, Lenny. I know you got some political stuff on your mind. Why don't you go ahead and give the fans your hot take of the day from a political standpoint?
Was that Lenny or Mitchy?
Lenny.
Oh, Lenny? Oh, you're right.
Lenny's called Lenny's political corner.
Yeah. So about my political corner today. Since when the hell does it become a woman? Not like an actual woman, but a man and a woman. It's just a man. It means
how does a man turn into a woman? You're saying?
nope, like a man.
No, I know what he's trying to say.
Multiple men.
Explain what you saw.
Yeah,
I saw the same thing.
No, multiple
Explain it.
men. You're saying multiple men are turning into women.
This is really fucking dick right now. I mean, men like like at the end when you say something like after prayer you say amen. You don't say a man and a woman. It doesn't.
Let me set this up. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was a guy in the Democratic Party, right? He was reading a prayer, and then he said at the end of the prayer he said amen and a woman. And Lenny, your thoughts? Sorry,
what are your thoughts? Now that Mitchy set up your fucking,
thoughts on it, Lenny?
Yeah, I was saying there's no a woman. It's just a man.
It's just that's your take.
Personally, I'm gonna have to go against you on this here, Lenny, because
first of all, I was not done.
You're a bigot. You're a bigot.
The
Please.
thing I've been thinking about lately is that amen.
I don't know.
It's just one of those things that was started by the patriarchy that's trying to hold women down. So I think that in any place that men shows up, women should show up as well. It should be equal. I thought the guy was taking a stand.
No,
Okay.
Notice.
Mitchie, let me ask you this: what does a woman mean? A man actually means something. What does a woman mean?
A woman? Are you going to disrespect the matriarchy like that?
Yeah.
You don't know what it means to be.
Yeah, it's a privileged society, Lenny.
Huh? I think it means something. I can't speak on it from personal experience, but I think it matters. I think they matter.
Antony, your take on what?
No opinion unless you have a uterus, Lenny.
Well, what's it mean, Antony?
I don't know. This bit fucking stinks. We probably won't do this again.
No, in reality, it's the dumbest thing ever that he added that in. It was like so forced and so cringy and so ridiculous. I had to break character there for a second.
It's called virtue signaling, Mitchy, if you were unaware of that. Virtue signaling.
You ready for this one? Amen means that you come to a clear, concise, kind of like after prayer. Like, hey.
Yes, of course. That's the whole thing. I 100% agree with you in honesty. It's like it doesn't mean that at the end of a prayer we acknowledge amen. Amen. What does that even mean? What would that even mean if we were talking about the male species? It's not what it is. It's a word to say, like you said. So that's ridiculous.
I
Anthony,
disagree. I think
We lost.
you hate this segment, so we might as well move on. I thought it was a good combo.
yeah.
I thought it was a great topic that Lenny brought up because it was something I saw earlier today.
Great topic.
Hot button issue.
Hop on.
We probably
Very relevant. Very relevant.
it is what it is, I guess.
Hey, Lenny, a red house is made from red bricks. A blue house is made from blue bricks. A yellow house is made from yellow bricks. What is a greenhouse made from?
A greenhouse is made from plants and trees and grass.
No, it's made out of glass.
Glass.
No, super close. Yeah. Did you know a greenhouse is made from plants? Yeah. Hey, Lenny, what last one. What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
Wait, what?
What 5-letters? What
Uh-huh.
5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
Add.
Added. Show your work on that one, Lenny.
Added.
That's a 3-letter word. And then
Added. ADDED. And then you add 2 letters on top of it and becomes add. You add letters and you add them and it becomes 3 letters.
That's a good guess. I didn't have anything. That is a good guess.
the answer is short. Because when you add 2 letters, it's shorter. It's a shorter word. Get it? What 5-letter word becomes shorter? Literally, it's what 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it. Short. Anyways, this bit's
That's
move on. Yeah,
I should have known that, but I thought that was a good guess for because when you just blank in one of those riddles and you're like, I have no idea. That was good thinking.
add. Bear Saints.
What's the math problems today? I got too good at them last week.
What's 26 plus 11?
37.
Great. Okay. Bear Saints. Saints minus 10. Lenny's a math whiz. Saints minus 10, I believe. So it was 9.5 earlier. No, let's just say it's 9.5. That's what I have it written down here. Total's 47.5. Lenny, Bear Saints. Who's gonna win this game?
Yeah, Bear Saints.
Okay.
Tickets are low as $1,500 for the fans that do want to go to the game. $1,500. Going to be in the dome, so weather is not a factor in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't see the Bears keeping it within 10. So I gotta go with the Saints minus 10.
Minus 10.
Yes.
I like it.
No rhyme or reason or nothing. I just can't see the Bears playing in the Superdome, keeping it close.
Just because I know we did rhythm earlier. Go ahead and spell rhyme. I know you just said rhyme and reason. Fingers up, by the way, because I know you're typing it in. How do you spell rhyme?
RHYME. Thank you. Yep, there you go. Zero.
Mitchy.
Yeah, I like the Bears plus 9.5 here. Last time these two teams met, the game went to overtime and the Saints won by 3. Bears had multiple chances to win. The offense looks a lot better. And I think that the Packers are so much better. I think the Packers are going to go to the Super Bowl. But the Saints they're good, not great, I think, especially with Breeze in there. I love him, but I don't know. They're a little bit shaky. I think the Bears defense will be tough and they'll keep it close. The Saints will win this game. But it's very similar for me to the Washington football team where they're not going to win, but I think they keep it within a touchdown. So I like the Bears plus 9.5.
Gee, I like that. Unfortunately, you're wrong because the Saints are going to win by double digits in this game. The Bears stink. They shouldn't be here. I'm going to predict this game like I did last week. 35-16. It's going to be the same exact score as last week against the Packers. 35-16. I want the Saints minus 9.5 or 10 or whatever. I want 9.5 though. 9.5. And by the way, I noticed Mitchie, you said you love Drew Brees. I've got a question for you. If you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
That is a good question.
Yeah, good one, man. You really got me. That was a zinger.
I got it. Nicky Ravioli's hot numbers of the week. Boys, you're going to want to jot these down before we move on to Browns Steelers. As we know, these numbers are hot. They're spicy. And knowing Mitchie, because he's sharp as a whip, he'll probably use one of these numbers in a future part of the episode and be like, that makes more sense now, right? Here are the numbers. These are right from, by the way, gave us 6 numbers this week. 8, 48, 65, 23, 33, 9. 9's your Powerball number, by the way. Those are the hot numbers of the week from the Degenerate himself, Nicky Ravioli. 8, 48, 65, 23, 33, and 9. Let's go ahead and move on to Browns Steelers here, boys. I've got Browns +6 or Steelers -6. Kevin Stefanski has the COVID, and he should be out as long as I think with a bunch of other coaches this week. Totals 47. Steelers -6. Mitchy, give us the goods.
Yeah, this is a tough one because I with all of my heart want the Browns to upset Pittsburgh. I hate this game in terms of the spread. I really, really do. I like the over 47.5. I think there's going to be a lot of points. I think that Pittsburgh, I mean, they, as much as I hate to say it, I mean, they put up points with Mason Rudolph, right? With just basically throwing it deep to Claypool every other play. So I think they're going to score a lot of points. I hope in my heart that the Browns win this game, something like 31-28 in a wild one. I don't think that will happen, but I'm not gonna pick the Steelers. I freaking hate them. I will take the over 47.5.
Nope, just the over. I like it. That's good. By the way, shout out Browns for the playoff appearance. I will say that. Let's give them a round of applause. I think they're owed a round of applause. Browns made the first playoffs for the first time in like a long time. Now, that being said, they're going to get fucked in the mouth, nose, eyes, and ears this week. Last week, the Browns barely beat the Steelers' JV squad and made Mason the bum-nosed Rudolph reindeer. He looked semi-decent, all right? The Steelers are going to stop fucking around this week, and they're going to be good this week, and they're going to ruin the Browns' parade. Sad as it is, final score is going to be 27-16 in this game for the Steelers. I want Steelers -6. I will say this, boys. I want all favorites this week because I'm an idiot fan gambler, and I want one under because I hate myself. By the way, Antony Paisan is the parlay king. I'm going to give you guys a free bet this week. And if it loses, it's your loss. If it wins, it's your wins. You can't sue me if it stinks. Bills, Bucs, and Saints money line. Odds are like +100. That's an easy win. It's a lock city. I'll probably put like $250, $300 down on that. Easy breezy cover girl. Bills, Bucs, Saints money line. Lock that in. I say we move on here, boys, to the mortal locks.
Hold up.
Huh?
Wait a second. We have not gone to Lenny's Jets.
Okay. Hurry it up then. Come on.
All right. So with this one,
Yep.
As we might have mentioned earlier, this is a win or go home situation for the Browns. If they win, they're moving on. If they lose, see you later. But I don't think they can do it this week. Obviously, Pittsburgh was resting some guys. Pittsburgh's coming back strong next week.
Yep.
And, they're playing at home. Steelers, fun fact, by the way, are 7-1 at home this season. And if you're interested in going to the game, you can get tickets for $500. So that's always good to know.
Pick a team.
Yeah, I do like the Steelers -6 for this game, especially at home. Sunday night football. Big Ben throwing the ball Sunday night. Something he's very, very familiar to. Playoff mode, playoff time. Again, win or go home. You got the risking everything here. And Steelers -6.
Cool. That's great. Sunday night football. I'm pretty sure that's just the game that's third. I don't think it's Sunday night football. I might be wrong though. Pretty sure it's just the third game on Sunday.
100% Sunday night football.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just the third.
Thank you, Mitchy.
Um,
At least all of us aren't idiots.
I mean, if the game's at like 8:15 on Sunday night, you can't.
No, it's just the third game. It's not Sunday night football.
Okay, so when is the game being played?
In the evening.
You're drunk, dude. You're hammered.
You're drunk. You're over there drinking milk.
You know what that is? That's a fucking crock of shit. Come on, Lenny.
Oh, you got me. That was good, Mitchy. Is that a new catchphrase?
Yeah, it's crock of shit.
No, Mitchy just said.
Yeah, I just, I spitball things. I doodle.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Anyways, this is definitely the worst episode we put together yet, boys. I will say that. That's a guarantee. Mortal locks this week, boys. Mortal locks. I will say this. I'm the mortal lock king. If you just take my mortal lock, you're up like a billion fucking units right now. Last week, I took Ravens minus 11.5. That was the easiest mortal lock of the season. Lenny took Vikings minus 7 in a super meaningful game that had 0 playoff implications. So he lost that one. And then Mitchy should have won last week. Titans minus 7.5. I actually thought that was going to cash as well, but I didn't take it because I'm the Mortal Lock King. Regular season, by the way, on Mortal Locks, just so the fans know, Antony is 6-1. Lenny, 4-3, not very good. And Mitchy, I 2-6. 2-6 on the season, Mitchy. And our celebrities are 0-1. Mitchy, why don't you kick us off here again with your mortal lock of the week, and I'll go second.
Yeah, I got the Buffalo Bills minus 7.5. They are going to absolutely obliterate the Indianapolis Colts. Josh Allen is going to throw the ball all over them. Phillip Rivers, I heard on our friend's PMT, he climbs the pocket to nowhere, as Big Cat said, and I got to tell you, that's the best way to describe it. He's going to get sacked 42 times.
Woohoo!
He's going to fumble 12 times, losing 9 of those. The Bills will then score 35 points off turnovers and win this game 56-26.
Mitchie, I'm going to politely request that you go fuck yourself. But that's a great mortal lock. Lenny, why don't you go ahead and give us your pick? I bet you've got, if my brain goes anywhere, I bet you've got a similar mortal lock. Why don't you go ahead and go second real quick? What's your mortal lock of the week, bud?
Yeah, to be honest, I was looking at the games. I was like, "Ooh, that could go either way." Down, I feel confident in, but I don't like that. The spread that was pretty good, and I'm thinking the real mortal lock here. You guessed it. Is the Buffalo Bills with -6.5? Got to go with the good old Bills. Hey. I'm mortal lock.
That might have been, Mitchie, correct me if I'm wrong, that might have been the saddest, most anticlimactic, worst mortal lock I've ever heard in my life.
I don't care.
Couldn't hear him over the music. You stole Mitchie's pick, by the way. I'll say that. That was just an embarrassment. Here's what I'll say, boys. As you know, there's always going to be little, by the way, thanks for the copyright infringement as well. How about you grow up and maybe, don't do that again. We're going to get demonetized. Boys, this team didn't let me down earlier in the season. They're not going to let me down again. I got some music for you. This is the mortal lock of the fucking week. Get ready for this. Saints, -9.5. We're going to serenade them. We're going to kill them. The Bears are frauds. The Bears are going to lose this football game by more than 9.5 points. That's the mortal lock of the week. Fuck the Bills. Fuck Lenny. Fuck Buffalo. Fuck Buffalo Wings. Lenny stinks. Saints, -9.5. That's the mortal lock, boys. Solid episode, boys. Solid episode. Where can the people find you, Mitchie? Mitchie Twitchies. Where can they find you? I know you're doing a thing on Thursday.
Yep. Play-by-play Mitch on Twitch. I'm doing Bearcats basketball against SMU. Bearcats basketball, they are 2-6 right now, so we got some work to do to try to turn things around and make a run at the NCAA tournament, but it'll be fun. They got some good young players. SMU is a good team. SMU is 6-1. And Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch. I'll have, in case anyone wants to check it out, I got the game cast up, and then I'm doing the play-by-play of the game. So call it 6:45 to roughly 9:15 Thursday night.
I like it. By the way, the people can also find Lenny on Twitter at LJetsBBF. Again, he'll probably post about once a week or so. Yeah, you have, by the way, we've been promoting it for weeks. One follower, and it's me. It's just how that works. So maybe I'm pretty sure the fans just don't want to. But anyways, if you want to follow him and you want to hear just anti-Semitic racist rants, he's out there. You can also follow Antony Paisan on Twitter at Antony Paisan. And Mitchy, I know you said you were going to get on it a couple weeks ago. I'm assuming you created those social media accounts, maybe a Twitter or Instagram for Mitchy Steez, so you can interact with the fans, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know.
So I know that's where I'm just holding you accountable to what you said you were going to do, Mitchy. You said you were going to get on it a couple weeks ago.
I appreciate that. That's something I always appreciate. You're a great coach. You're tough on me. That's what I need.
I like it. So has it worked yet?
I'll get back to you. Check in with me here soon.
I like it. So just so the fans know, Mitchy's not going to make any social media. Oh, by the way, boys, t-shirts. All right. Oh boy, you're going to want to go to bit.ly/ what, Lenny?
They're hot
off the presses. All right.
Hot off the press.
Hot off the press. By the way, we're selling them like hotcakes. We've sold our first one so far. bit.ly/Degens merch. Degens with an S, merch. It's a very high-tech website. When you go there, pick what you want. You're going to get it eventually. Maybe. There's also no refunds. And I'm probably going to eat the lion's share of the profits on those shirts and elbow these guys out. Either way, every shirt will have an authentic signature on it and a smooch before we ship it. You're going to get an authentic Antony smooch on your t-shirt. It says friend of the show, and it's a picture of Antony Paisan.
See what that way they can see what they're getting.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think the fans can go to a website though, but
you never know. Some people might want a visual representation of it before they go on there. And
that's a good point. Great point. So, look at this, boys. Look at this. You see this right here? Look at this. Next Gen Degens merch. Look at this.
You got 2 responses, 2 shirt orders.
He's the face of the franchise. There's some merch. Give us your information. By the way, I know most companies are like, hey, we're going to keep this information private. I can give you no assurances that any information you give us will remain private. So we might put your address out on the internet. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But look at this, boys. This is the shirt down here. Look at this. Can't zoom in for some reason. Look at this. A friend of the show. Look at this gabagool. And then it says Degenerates +3. We're going to need 25 of your dollars for you to get that shirt. And also you're probably gonna have to pay for shipping, but maybe not. Who knows? And either way, go fill out a form, give us your money, Cash App Antony Paisan at the Cash App. I'm gonna take your money and you might get a shirt. Anyways, boys, let's wrap this dumpster fire up. Any ending commentary before we leave?
Yeah, I'd say let's go Bills and Browns. Bills and Browns would love to see both those teams make a run. They usually do not. And here's the Steelers and Ravens getting knocked out in the first round.
There we go. It's going to be a big weekend, baby. Lenny, do you have any ending commentary?